Hey guys, Vilisink, back again with Raid Shadow Legends. Hope this weekend has been serving you well. I hope the rest of the weekend also serves you well. Hope everybody's doing good as always. Now in this one, we're going off the cuff a little bit. Nothing is written down, but hopefully the information is still relayed over, and hopefully it can help you with a build and whatever you want to do. So, what we want to look at is just some masteries. So, we're on tier 6 masteries. Depending on the champion that you take, will depend on the tier 6 master you're going to choose. If it's Septimus, if it's a damage dealer, give you a Helmet Smasher. If it's Seer, if it's somebody, if you want more reliable damage, the extra crit damage, you would take Flawless Execution and so forth. So we're going to take a quick look at these. So War Master is the first one, and it's your clan boss. Typical clan boss, tier 6 mastery, to enable a shitload of damage. Basically, single hit, single target attacks. You'll go War Master, you'll go down the left hand side, straight to tier 6, take this, and if you proc War Master, then you'll see, I believe it's like 67,000, maybe 75,000. You'll see all those ticks coming off, and it's just basically you're proccing this mastery with your attacks to enable more damage to happen. Now, if you look at Giant Slayer is just kind of the same thing, but it is used for people with multi-hit attacks. Either way, Giant Slayer and War Master, depending if you have a single hit or a multi-hit, you're going to choose one of them. Predominantly for clan boss, you can also use them in dungeons and so forth. Helm Smasher is another pretty cool tier 6 mastery in the offense tree, and it's not necessarily reliable, but when it works, you'll know it works, trust me. 50% chance of ignoring 25% of the target's defense, and it just adds on to like gear set bonuses and all this type of stuff. So if you have savage gear on, you're ignoring 25%. So this 25 would be added to 50% and so forth. So Gala, for instance, ignores 75% defense. This pretty much makes it 100. Now, if Helm Smasher procs, you may average, let's say you have a champion like, well, Tervold comes to mind for some reason. I don't have a Tervold. I would like a Tervold. Who wouldn't? Let's say before you put on Helm Smasher, you were hitting 220,000. Helm Smasher, you could potentially double it. Now, Helm Smasher is good in Arena. Helm Smasher is good like with Foley and so forth. Put him in a Savage set. Septimus is probably one of the best for Spider. One-shot Septimus builds are good with Helm Smasher. A few champions I also have Helm Smasher. It's a little bit unreliable in the sense that it's a 50% chance, but if it does hit, you're going to know purely by the numbers, the damage that you're doing, that it procs. Really ridiculous damage is available with that mastery. If you want something a little bit more, if you want something that is more reliable, go Flawless Execution. Some people put it on their Seers, some people put it on extra champions for like spiders and dungeons and stuff. Even like when they progress and they get the masteries, it just guarantees you have that extra 20% crit damage. Meaning that whenever you attack, you always have the bonus of this mastery. Whereas with Helm Smasher, you're attacking, but you also have 50% chance that it will not proc. So, with War Master, Giant Slayer, it's just more damage against bosses, millions and millions of extra damage against bosses, One is for a single hit target, one is for a multi-hit. Health Smasher is if now and again you want to hit massive numbers. If you're happy with a little bit of RNG. Flawless Execution is if you want the 20% every single time, so the guaranteed damage. Consistency. Defense 200%, sorry, plus 200. I can see why you'd put in a Valk or so forth, a defense-based champion, but a mastery, I don't believe I have that mastery on any one of my champions so far. Bulwark. This is good with certain. Try to think of her name again. There is champions that will take this. What's her name again? Asuga. She could take Bulwark, in which she will take damage. Being that she's so tanky, she has massive base stats. Bulwark is basically you're putting a champion in. They'll be taking extra damage so your allies can live longer. It's a defensive measure. That's really all it is. Basically, you're building somebody to be a tank to take damage for other champions with Bulwark. Fearsome Presence is pretty cool. Increases the chances of placing, which I have on my miscreated monster, because I believe his stun is 95%. I gave him Fearsome Presence to make it 100%, because we increase the chances of provoke, fear, true fear, stun, sleep, freeze. Increase the chance of landing it or placing it by 5%. So with some champions, you will see that there is obviously a book up chance. So you may start at 70%, may have 4 books, may go 10, 5, 5, 5, whatever it is, may go to 90 and 95%. Some people will throw Fearsome Presence on just to get that 5% extra. Some people, or some champions, it might just be like a 45% or a 50% chance. They would still put on Fearsome Presence. This is more for a debuffer, not necessarily a damage champion. Although you can build them for damage, but this would be if you wanted to land any type of CCing ability, just to be sure. Like a CC Hegemon, so forth. A very fun mastery. And we also have quite a basic one, which is just 50 resist, which you would put on like your Duchess or any champion that you're just going, like a Madame says, you would do accuracy, you would do Eagle Eye, like I have on Vilisink just now. Duchess, you would do resistance and so forth. So offense, we've got also the damage ones. Defense, we have more defensive kind of measures. Support, we have Elixir, max HP plus 3000. This is one, I don't use it just now, but I think when I give Masteries to Vrask, it would be extremely cool, based on the fact that he heals on his kit. So the more HP he has, the bigger the heals go back to everybody else, as long as he has crit rate. So basically, it's a pretty cool mastery. All it does, it basically just gives your champion 3000 extra HP. I'll have to check. Maybe I have it on somebody. I can't think of anybody at this moment in time. But a support tree, it's just basically a flat 3000 HP. Time of intervention. I had this on my Lysandra for a while. It's currently on my Gorgorab and my Reliquary Tender. You see my Gorgorab, and he has timely intervention along with basically all the other Term Meter Masteries, for the purpose of just taking a turn, keeping people alive, trying to jump in, cut in for supportive measures. It's really cool that it's a 20% increase in Term Meter, because it's actually very substantial. You will notice it. You may even see in arena, I've even seen like warlords and other champions you wouldn't expect having this. Even damage based champions I've seen having timely intervention, and the people are thinking out of the box. But this is a really cool mastery. If you want to kind of see this mastery working, check out the video I did with Gorgorab after I threw masteries on. because basically all you see is turn meter, extra turn mixed with Relentless. Relentless, that mastery, cycle of revenge and a cycle of magic. All of the arcane celerity masteries. It's truly an insane one to have on your kit. And it's one that could potentially save your arena team, it can save your dungeon team, it can save you in Doom Tower. If any ally gets below a certain threshold in their HP, that 20% can enable them to cut in. It could be a CC champion, it can be a healing champion, it can be anything you want it to be. Oppressor. Never used it. Oppressor basically increases the turn meter fill rate by 2.5% for each active debuff cast by the champion. I never used it, so this is one I know less of, but I think mine's going blank with this one because I've never actually used it. I'm sure it will increase your turn meter fill if for active debuff cast. So I'm trying to think of debuffers that I could tell you guys about that would actually benefit from this, but in the comments below, hit me up with a couple of names for like CC champions or whatever, just, or if you've used this mastery and in what fashion that you've used it in. But it's just basically a solid turn meter fill, and it is quite cool that it's for every active debuff cast by the champion, just so they can get their extra turn, but there is other means to get a turn potentially a lot quicker. And we end on Eagle Eye, which is 50 added accuracy. Again, we were mentioning Duchess would be your resistance. Physics to unboard. Any like War Maiden, everybody's favorite rare, 100% chance to land decreased defense AoE. Any type of like Madame Ceres, they would take the accuracy. Any debuffer, if you're in arena, you would be taking this mastery along with the chest plate being accuracy and so forth. So I run down on all the tier 6 masteries: damage, defense and support. I know this one was off of the cuff and whatnot, kind of like out of the box a little bit. But hopefully, so in case you were a little bit not dubious, but like curious about what they did, hopefully that information can clear some things up for you. If you're new to the game, hopefully it gives you an understanding of really what tier 6 mastery will suit the champion that you're working with. So as always guys, give me some feedback in the comments down below. Let me know what you thought of the off the cuff video, and also tell me where you use certain tier 6 masters and in the fashion that you use them in. It can be great not just for me but for other people playing the game looking for information on certain champions and ways to build them. So as always guys, stay safe, keep on reading, see you soon.